What's up?
Oh, we're on. I forgot that I hit go live.
He goes live and just sits there. I'm like,
hey, everyone. Oh,
no sense of hitting live and taking a nap.
Here I am.
And, that's what some people do when they hit the stream, though.
And
they
they
still
sit
get views and still get money from it.
Well, that's chicks with big tits. That's who that is right there. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit there with your big tits.
We don't have those. We don't have those.
I'm getting a little chesty in my older age, but All right, here we go.
Barrel chest. It's because it's condensed. That's why.
All righty. Good morning.
You have a barrel chest just because you're shorter. It's all pressed together. See, if you were stretched out like me,
I could squeeze them together.
You know how hard it is to have not a bird chest when you're.
You got a soccer player chest. That's what it is. Yeah. Built like a tennis player.
Like a runway.
Just straight down. Just straight down.
You got the body shape of a telephone pole. You know that, right?
Yeah. What's your workout routine?
Nothing.
I just stand there.
Hey, you know what? I'm about to start that though. My buddy Sean over there at the rack. I've been talking about the rack. I've been busy recently, but I'm definitely excited to talk to you guys about the experience I get. If I can talk about it the next day, I might be so sore.
No, you won't be able. You're gonna be so sore after that first workout that you're just gonna be lying there in a puddle. My muscles.
I thought this was supposed to be for golf.
I feel like I'm dying.
Well, that's a good thing though, man. They do it well over there. I'm excited for it.
What if you just get yoked? What if you just straight up like Arnold by the end of this thing, right? Yeah, just. I mean, it's not going to happen, but what if, right? Isn't that crazy?
You know what? No joke. This is kind of weird to even talk about. My brother's friend. He was like kind of a bodybuilder, worked out a lot, And there was one day at the beach. He's like, you're wasting so much potential. You're like 6'3". Hey, you have a body type. You have a kind of a wider like shoulders.
Yep.
Dude, you could be like you could be like huge.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right, but
at what cost?
Wasted it.
What cost?
At what cost? And for what?
Why don't you start doing steroids? Who cares? Get on that.
I'm not competing in professional anything. So yeah.
Why not? Just go for broke, man.
Start roiding.
Just get that TRT right in the neck.
Jesus, this dude turned into the Hulk.
Right? Who's going to test you? Who cares?
How long does it take? If I started roiding, boom, right now, boom, just give me the full dosage. How long?
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably a couple months to really start seeing it because you're going to bulk first. You're going to bulk. Right. And your testicles will shrink immediately. Those are gone, just tiny little testicles.
Right to peas.
And then you start getting bigger. Then the anger comes in. All right. Then you just start fighting people for no reason.
You just start swinging.
You want to go, bro?
How long does it take for that vein in your neck to be sticking out all the time?
You know what's been coming to light with all of these like celebrities, all like the Chris Hemsworth and John Cena's. All everyone's saying, dude, everyone's juicing. Everyone's on testosterone and just juicing like crazy. It's like you can't get that way. Like,
what that makes me feel like?
What?
Like the one guy at the party that doesn't know that everybody's doing cocaine, and then you find out later, and you're like, "What? Really?
Why didn't anyone else tell me?
Everybody juicing? What? Wait, hang on a second.
I want to juice too.
I've never seen it. I've never heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen steroids.
Yeah.
What is it? I mean, it comes in pills too, right?
You can do the pills. I don't think they're as effective as the right to your penis shot that you can do right there. So
man, you're picking all the wrong spots to give your shots.
I get right in the genitals.
Right for the neck and the penis.
There. Right there. I feel alive. You can do it in your arm, man. What are you doing? No. In the wiener. Anyway.
Yeah, and you gotta work out. You can't just take roids, right?
Well, you can like bulk up. Yeah, if you want to get muscular for sure, you gotta do that.
You gotta do something.
Yeah. Start with the penis though, right in the penis.
It hurt.
Yeah, you scream because of the agonizing pain of putting a needle in your penis. That's what it is right there. So. Anyway, enough of that. What do you want to talk about first? We got morning dump coming up, but I have two things.
Do you want to talk about your invention?
You want to talk about that? I was going to talk about my shirt, but we could do that later.
No, let's talk about your shirt then. It's around the stream.
This shirt I wore on my high school graduation day.
Really?
I'm not joking.
It looks like a new shirt.
New shirt, right? They don't make them like they used to, folks. So I had to sew up. I ripped. The only rip that happened on the shirt was right here. I sewed it up. You can tell because it's a terrible sew job.
Yeah, right.
I sewed it up, but it's one of the most comfortable shirts. Also, it's 20 years old, and it's
20 years old.
They don't make them like this anymore.
Hey, it looks like you still fit in the thing.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at how nice it is. Look at it. It's a nice shirt.
That's probably the nicest shirt I think I've seen you
seen me in, right?
Right. It's not wait, turn around. Does it have a flap?
No.
No fishing flap. Look at you. You look like you're going to the ball.
Look at this. Look at how fancy I look. I look so fancy this morning.
You could button it up a little bit more.
No, what? This looks stupid. Look at that.
I even have the buttons. Just tear the buttons. Yeah, that does look stupid.
Can I go down one more? There we go.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Look at that. Oh, the views are going through the roof right now, folks. Look at that.
Down. Wow, we just lost all our viewers.
There's some chili sauce in there.
Jesus.
Anyway, I wanted to share that because it blows me away that this shirt is 20 years old and it looks nicer than anything else I got. So
I'm trying to think if I have anything from high school like that. No, I don't think so. Just like
you
jerseys and stuff.
You got your jerseys and stuff. And I can't believe I've held on to this one for this long, but it's a good shirt. And the only thing was it had a little rip, and that happened like 5 years ago. And I finally took time to sew it up.
Did you get your senior pictures taken in that thing? It looks like a senior picture kind of a shirt.
This was what I wore underneath my robe, my gown when I graduated, and then I wore it at my graduation party. And then there
was some of us that didn't wear anything under our gown.
Dude, it was the hottest day when we graduated. It was the hottest day. It was like June. I'm trying to think what it was, June something. Dude, and we're in black robes and black hats out on the football field, and it is just beating down on us. Yeah.
I had
this fresh tattoo. I had a fresh tattoo, my first one ever, right there. And that I had all like the gel on there, and it was just everything was running down. It was so gross.
Embarrassing.
Anyway,
I had a Frankenstein mask that I was gonna wear when I walked, but one of the teachers saw it, like me holding on to it, interrupted me. He's like, "No, give me the mask."
Yeah, good.
What? Wait, I'm the one who graduated. I get to. It's not harming anybody.
Your sweet mother was trying to get nice photos of you. Everyone's taking, and you're gonna wear. You're the worst. You're lucky they even let you walk and graduate.
Had bolts hanging out of my neck. You know,
you would. Of course, you'd do that.
It was a good mask too. It really was. It's one of those form fitting.
Nice. You would do that.
Come on. What do you expect?
That's true. Like, it'd be funny. Like they were on the edge of like, all right, should we let this kid walk? All right, we'll let him do it.
They were.
And then you come out with the mask, no, let's go. You're not graduating. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It'll be a serious ceremony here.
Give us the diploma. Get out of here. Get off the stage. Anyway. So yeah, there. Thank you for noticing my nice shirt.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good color too.
Thank you. It makes my eyes pop. I think that's why my mom got it.
I didn't say that.
I'm pretty sure she got it from Kohl's in 2004. And she's like, it'll make your eyes look so nice.
Originally $450, but now it's $19.99.
She had her Kohl's bucks, so she got a good deal on it. She got a good deal on
Kohl's cash. Yeah.
I do want to talk about my new invention, but we should probably get to morning dump. So why don't we can do it before sports or something. If you want to. Yeah, all right. Anyway, morning dump time. Here we go. As always, your morning dump brought to you by Pump
That
Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them 269-445-7777. Or visit pumpthatseptic.com. If you're looking fly like I am, call Pump That Septic.
A little overconfident now.
All right, a little much. I do.
Put your other shirt back on.
I feel very confident in this. I know. I should just put on that same black T-shirt I wear. Anyway, pumpthatseptic.com.
You woke up this morning and put that on. And you were like, yes.
You know,
good. It's going to be a good day.
I wore this out Saturday too when we went out, and when I said goodbye to Kiki this morning, she goes, "Oh, you're wearing that shirt again?" I said, "I look good. I'm gonna wear it again."
Right. How many people on Saturday did you tell that story to as you ran into them?
I actually even called my mom.
I'm like, "The shirt, by the way, the shirt.
Mom, guess what shirt I'm wearing?" She's like, "What? I don't know." It's like, you'll never believe it. Anyways, pumpthatseptic.com for everyone looking fly. Obviously, this is what everyone's talking about. Total eclipse of the heart. But instead of the heart, it's the sun. It's happening today. Find yourself a pair of those special sunglasses, because if you have regular
3:30, is that what I heard?
Burn out your retinas. Yeah, it starts like at like 1-ish, and then it goes until about 4-ish, and it depends on where you're at geographically.
It's going to be the widest spread of the shadow that goes across the United States.
Yep. Let's see. So from Texas to Maine, the rest of the country be able to see what happens. To be 400 times further away. What is this? What the hell?
We say it? What is it?
I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Anyways, the eclipse is happening. Everyone's got their glasses.
What's the nearest we can go to see the total eclipse? And I think you got to go southeast, right?
Southeast. There's like a good swath in like Indiana and Ohio that apparently
there's only like one town in Michigan that I read, and it's like the very southeast corner of Michigan.
As far in there. Yeah, because as you move, so obviously the farther west you are, the less you see on one side, I believe.
Indianapolis?
I'm no Neil deGrasse Tyson, so don't take me at my word on this. I could be. I still think you could look at it without the glasses on, but that's just me. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
But it's can I be completely honest? I don't really care about it. I'm not that but I'm trying to be more open to it because this is a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So when's the next one? If I'm not mistaken, which I probably am, which I am most of the time.
Let me
probably.
Google. Why don't we
Google this while I say it? That this is the last time we'll see it in like a generation. It'll skip a generation. Like if you have a kid after today, they won't see a solar eclipse.
When is the next solar eclipse after 2024? North America won't experience totality again until 2033. With Alaska getting sole dibs on that. Then that's it until 2044 when totality will be confined to Western Canada, Montana, and North Dakota. There won't be another U.S. eclipse spanning coast to coast until 2045. So you're somewhat right on it. You're somewhat right
still way off.
Yeah.
It's not skipping a generation at all.
Much like me thinking Phelps can swim 25
miles an hour.
I'm glad we checked on this one. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure this is it. We're never going to see another one again.
Let him go with it. Just let him go with it.
It's unbelievable. Can you believe
I was way off on that. So we'll see it again.
We will see it again. I mean, if you and I make it that far, I mean, our kids probably will, but I guess so. Going back to my original statement, is it bad for me to say like I'm really not that interested in it? Like, is it that cool? I mean, it is, right?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, especially if it's going to be clear today, right? It's going to be clouds. That's what really ruins it. That's what ruined it last time. It was cloudy here.
It was cloudy, but I think the weather's supposed to be okay for this. I think we're supposed to be.
We're in the clear.
All right with it.
Should you be more excited about it? Probably. It doesn't happen that often.
And I know it's pretty really cool. It's a cool space thing. I guess that's where I feel bad. I'm like, big whoop, the moon is blocking out the sun. But if that happened before astrology, think about the Mayans, they probably like, what's going on? You know what I mean? But we're just like, whatever.
Who was it? There was a leader back in the day. This could be far off too. Maybe Google this one as well. But he tricked like a whole society saying that like, if you don't do this, blah, 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 we're going to blot out this. He knew there was going to be an eclipse coming up and this whole village didn't. And so he acted like, my God, we'll blot out the sun in your village. And sure enough, the eclipse comes. It happens, freaks everybody out in the village. And they're like, okay, we'll do what you want.
We'll do whatever you want. Well, here, let me look.
What was that? Who was that? It's a very interesting,
guy who fooled people. Village with eclipse. Village
society, maybe. I don't know.
With eclipse.
There's a lot of crazy history around the eclipses. And wild how they could judge an eclipse back.
It was Christopher Columbus. That's
Columbus.
So in 1504, while Christopher Columbus was stranded in Jamaica, he used foreknowledge of the lunar eclipse to fool the natives into giving him provisions and everything.
Wow.
Add another thing to the
piece of trash Columbus story
of the dick of that Christopher Columbus.
Right. Add another one, man. Seriously, though.
Of course,
another one.
What a jerk.
Of course it was. Funny, man.
That's funny, of course.
But yeah, I think you should be excited about it. I mean,
I get it. So not being that guy that's like, oh, big whoop.
They're not all total either, right? Like this is the total eclipse is pretty important.
Right. Yeah. It's because we've seen partial eclipses and everything like that, but The fact that it's the whole.
So
thing.
it'll definitely go dark here, right? It's just not
I'm
going
gonna
to go complete dark.
Here, I think we have like 93% where we're at, like close to 93%.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Of the sun. Yeah. That's a big deal. So I'm going to pull a Columbus today. I'm going to go try and fool someone. There's got to be someone that's not paying attention.
I will blot out the sun.
I'll bet you $1,000 that thing's going to go dark here.
Right. Oh it's going to be dark at 3:30 today.
I'm going to go try and pull it on you and see what I can get there. So happy Eclipse Day, everyone. Pretty crazy.
Pretty well.
I'm going to just play Total Eclipse of the Heart on repeat.
Do you have plans? Are you going anywhere? Are you going to go watch it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get naked, cover myself in
You'll be playing the didgeridoo as it goes by.
Play. I'm gonna do a dance. I'm gonna do a naked solar dance. It's gonna be great. Really excited. I'm gonna dance around a fire. I'm gonna drink pig's blood. It's gonna be a big day. Big day for me. What?
You should just stay
anyway.
inside.
Yeah, just do that. All right, last one here before we go. Happy Eclipse Day. We'll move on from that. As someone in Oregon, I'll just touch on this real quick. It's not so much the story. Big whoop. Someone other than us won the latest Powerball, which was
somebody did win. I was wondering that.
Someone in Oregon won $621 million after Uncle Sam gets his cut, which is still a generational.
So we took the lump sum.
I believe so. I believe so. Yep.
Smart.
Yep.
Smart.
Yeah, that's the way to do it because,
Did he disclose his name? Do we know who this person is?
I don't think you have to in Oregon. Or maybe he hasn't come forward yet. Maybe you will. But, I mean, he just won it he or she won it on Saturday. Yeah. So, big whoop. Another person won. We'll see another one. It's with inflation, we've been seeing more and more billion-dollar jackpots. But I have a question for you. And this was brought up, and it's been kind of making its rounds socially. A scenario. Let's say a friend asks to borrow $10 from you. You give him the $10. You don't ask what for. You say, yeah, here's $10. Just pay me back when you can. He goes and buys Powerball tickets, wins the Powerball jackpot. How much does that guy owe you?
$10.
That's it, right? It's just $10.
I mean, technically, yes. That's the answer. Now, are you going to be a good person and give him more money? You should. But that's all you owe him is $10. I mean, sorry. That's what it is.
Or do you owe him nothing? Think about this.
You borrowed $10.
What if the guy said, though,
even if you don't win the millions, even if you lose, you still owe him $10. Like,
what if the guy says, oh, you don't need to pay me back? Like the guy who, let's say when I ask you, hey, can I borrow $10? You're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, oh, I'll pay you back. You're like, don't worry about it. It's $10.
You don't owe him.
You don't owe him?
Yeah. It was talked about.
How much would you give your friend? How much? Me. Let's say me.
How much did I win? 621.
You won $621 million. All right. You took the lump sum.
The dude gives you the money to buy the ticket. 10 mil.
10 mil.
We're adding zeros to what you initially gave me. I think that's a cool rule. That's a fun rule.
Dude, but that's
probably 10 mil.
But don't you think there's probably a lot of red tape? You can't just give someone $10 million, right? Or can you? What's the?
I think you can, right? It's my money.
That works.
Transfer you $10 million. Yeah, how do you even do that?
Right?
There's going to be some people in between that.
Yeah, I don't think
that's got to go through some hands for sure.
I don't think you can just go get a cashier's check or fill a duffel bag. But
here's your $10 million.
Yeah. Like it's hard for me to give someone $10, let alone $10 million. Right. I got to go to an ATM.
I think that's a good, fair, fun number, right?
I think that's a little high. I think that's
high.
I think that's high. Honestly, I was going to say
without that $10 though, you don't have 621 mil.
Here's right, but here's what you look at. You could potentially ruin this person's life by giving them that much money.
It's true.
A lot comes with $10 million.
And come be miserable with me because it's all glory right now, but
$10 million is life-changing, even after taxes, what have you. So I think it almost might be more of a hassle to give your friend that huge chunk of money.
Well, and your friend doesn't get taxed. I gave you $10 million.
No, I think you still have to. I think it's because of the amount. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of red tape.
If you're right on that pisses me off.
Now, if you do it under the table, I really don't know. But I'm gonna have to claim that, right? When you have to claim anything over.
Why do you? No, I gave him $10 million. Nobody else gets any of that. It's my money. Here you go. Well, I hate that if that's real.
I'd love to agree with you, Hunter, but it's Uncle Sam. We know how shady our government is. They got to get everything. Yeah.
I'm sick of that.
Well, that's why we 1099 people when we give you a prize. And Uncle Sam's like, now hold on.
Yeah, what
How
about
much is
mine?
that prize worth? I need to get mine over here. Why? Why can't I just give this person something? Government sucks. They suck. There's crooks and thieves and everything. So, well, like here, for example, this guy won 1 point whatever billion, and now he only gets 621. Make it make sense to me.
Right.
Make it make sense to me.
Well, how was that a thing?
Yeah.
It's not even like dad tax, and every dad would give you money and come on.
Where dad takes a little bit of your Halloween candy.
Take half. Wouldn't take half.
That's a little much. Seems a little steep, Dad.
A little high.
Yeah. So, well, I'll end this with saying, can I borrow $10 or no?
Yeah, hey man, if add some zeros when you win, but here, sure.
You know
why? Because my luck sucks. I haven't won in Keno in like a year.
I actually just
continue to just pay it. Here we go.
I've been on a pretty good hot streak, and what I mean by that is I've been breaking even. My scratchers. So what I do is scratchers. If I have like a couple bucks, I'll buy some scratchers. But then what I'll do is what?
Oh, she just brought me some scratchers.
Your wife's got a gambling problem.
Wait, what she does?
Ever since she downloaded that sports betting app, she just brought you. Your wife at 7:30 in the morning just brought you some scratchers.
Oh, some pull tabs.
Oh, pull tabs. Any winners?
Yeah. Anyway, keep going. I'm gonna win here. Hey.
But no, I've been on a decent streak where I've just been kind of doubling down or everything like that. So any winners? I won 50 on a pull tab not terribly long ago. Go figure.
Why am I pulling these? I'm the unluckiest person in the world.
Come on, it's not gonna change if it's you or not. Come on, one more.
One more. We're looking for that. 6,000.
All right, here we go. Hunter on the pull tab.
Can we do this live on the air? This is kind of is this
That's fine.
That's fine, right?
I'm not throwing money down on the ponies.
Oh no. I hate it when they're like similar. Can you see that? Like
close. You got an elephant and two rhinos, not good enough.
Elephant and two rhinos. Close.
Good enough.
You suck.
Nothing? You know who's really good at pull tabs? My daughter. She loves pull tabs. I'm getting her started young. She's good. She can. It's fun. It's fun.
You'll go to the bar and you'll see somebody with like a pile, like a mound in front of them. Like,
dude. Yeah, that yellow bucket. That yellow bucket of despair.
Right.
Hey, what's
sadness? The yellow bucket of sadness.
What's in that bucket? My tears and pull tabs. That's it. And spent pull tabs. So, anyway, give me $10 and I'll give you some change back if I win. If I win, otherwise I'm not paying you back. I'm not
gonna win.
All right, that is your morning dump. We'll be back.
It's funny. She just shows up with pull tabs. We were talking about it last night. She does, man. We need to get that. Oh, you can't hear me.
I love that it was Columbus that pulled that stunt. Of course he did.
It was. Better. Initially I almost said Columbus, but I was like, there's no way it's Columbus, right? That's funny.
Good morning, Eric. Not Friday yet, buddy. Sorry, got a ways to go. Morning, Scott. Hold on. Scott's got something for sports. Going back to the 6 a.m. sports, John Elway was the number 1 overall pick in '83.
But he threatened to go play baseball. Yeah.
Yep.
But refused that he's almost said it verbatim when I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's wild.
Yeah.
I'll go play baseball. I don't need this. I'll make way more money eating sunflower.
Yeah, but I guess so. Caleb Williams met with the Bears, and that's the only team he's meeting with. So he's going to Chicago. Good morning, Chewy. Corn Julios. I think that's what it. Ricky said, who's ready for the eclipse-induced apocalypse? Everyone going crazy. I wonder how much toilet paper is going to go flying off the shelves again, huh?
Hey, you know what? It's kind of, I could say it's weird that they're firing up CERN today.
Yeah.
Like, wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, just do it tomorrow.
What's weird about that? And a lot of the conspiracy theorists are saying that they're doing it so in case something does happen, they can blame it on the eclipse.
I remember you mentioning that, and I don't know if I'm going to, I'd be more upset if the government was like, oh, yeah, we put all this dollars toward it just in case, and we blamed it on a solar eclipse. Come on. Come on. Anyway, here we go. All righty. Good morning. It's 7:37. Brock, Hunter.
What's happening?
We were just going through all the good mornings. Everyone on the stream. Don't forget to join us on the stream. We'll be hanging out for the next half hour or so. Good morning, Izzy. Good morning, Stacy, Amanda. We got everyone. We got all the usual stuff. Good morning, Nikki. Your hot sister. I mean, your sister's on here. That's good. Sorry, I had to do it. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. That's why you won't give me the $10 million
You're gonna run away with my sister, you jerk.
Oh man.
Did I send you something for sports this weekend or no?
I can't remember if you did. I ignore most of your texts over the weekend. So
I know you do. Why did
you send me something? You sent me something?
So.
I sent you that video of that golf.
Oh yeah, and this is what it was. It was the video of when you play golf 2 to 3 times a week. You must be really good. And then it's this video of
Vince McMahon
crying. Damn you!
Anytime I can, I like to do it.
I do golf 2 to 3 a week.
That's why I thought it was so comical and hilarious. It was great. I'm sorry. Anyway, all right. Well, we got to keep things going here. Maybe we'll talk about Hunter's golf game in a little bit. But right now, it's sports. As always, sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
Bud Distributing, getting you stocked up with delicious Bud Light, Towel, Cool, Budweiser's, other delicious drinks to keep the party going, whatever you got going on. Maybe you're on your third golf round of the week and you're not golfing well.
You know what?
What, Hunter?
That would be pretty cool to do during the eclipse. You're already kind of out in nature. You're outside. You have a good view of it.
Yeah.
Hit a shot. It goes dark.
No. Well, for you wouldn't get a good view because you'd be in the woods looking for your balls. So.
Ah! All right, I'm already feeling a little rough today. All right, it's Monday. I missed the eclipse. I was in the woods.
When you're at the bottom of the water hazard looking for that Pro V1, you don't really get a good view.
Damn it. All right.
Anyway, but you're right though. It would be a nice spot. Anyway, hey, bud, there you go. All right, kick her off. What do you got?
Let's talk about his comment with the John Elway. Let's continue on your Caleb Williams talk here.
So yeah, Scott is on the stream and he brought up John Elway, number 1 overall pick in the 83 draft.
So real quick, my question last hour in sports was, has there ever been a number 1 draft pick that amounted to anything, like in the initial years? Because there's so much hype around Caleb Williams and really any number 1 pick every single year. And I'm like, especially for QBs, name one that they got the number 1. And he was just phenomenal the first year, took him to the Super Bowl. I mean, Joe Burrow has been kind of close.
Right.
He brought up John Elway, which is I guess a good example.
I think obviously
it's not common.
No, the odds are definitely not in favor of a stud quarterback coming in because it's just such a different game. And usually the number 1 pick, other than if they do what like John Elway did and said, I'm not going to the crappy Baltimore Colts. Sorry, I'll leave. I'll go play baseball. He kind of flipped the script. But most times that number 1 pick is going to the worst team in the league. That's what happens. So
I don't like the hype in it. Like I almost think it's overhyped and there's almost too much pressure. And no person can play through that. Come on.
Well, not in a team sport. No. And again, it's a team sport. I don't care how good you are. Johnny Manziel did it. Old Johnny football. Everyone thought he was going to be it.
He was God coming out of college.
He went what? The Cleveland Browns? Is that where he went?
I think it was the Browns initially, right? Was it the Browns?
Or was that
I think you're right. I think it was Cleveland.
Well, either way, he didn't go to a good team. Yeah, it was Cleveland. And granted, he couldn't keep the straw out of his nose.
Now he's doing Netflix specials.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. So I don't know. Are you excited as a Chicago Bear? I mean, yeah, probably.
I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be.
But you already went through a Fields. Fields was supposed to be.
Yeah. And not to mention, you just got rid of a guy who you've actually spent time. Very well could have another Justin Fields situation. And this is not knocking Caleb Williams' ability. It's just what happens if they think he's going to come in and completely change the narrative, change the dynasty. One guy, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Especially now. Everybody's, like I said, everybody's too good now.
Everybody's so good because guess what? You got to play the Packers twice a year. You got to play the Lions twice a year. You got to play the Vikings, who, yeah, they lost Cousins, but the Vikings are still a tough team, and that's just in your conference.
So what's the scenario if Caleb Williams, if say he's just like, dude, I can't stand the Bears. I never liked the Bears. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. And so what's the rule on that? So if he sits out, so they're like, okay, you got to sit out a year. But after you sit out a year or whatever the rule is, can you just, any team can pick you up at that point? Right?
I think I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I think he's going. He's made it clear like he's excited because I think he's cocky enough where he thinks that he's going to come in.
It's like, just give me the football. I don't care where it's at.
That's but I'm sorry. That's
a lot of people like that have amount. I mean,
that's stupid for him to do. All right, that's that. You know that.
Welcome to the league, Caleb.
That reeks to me. Old Johnny Manziel walking across the stage doing this. All right.
Yeah, don't do what that guy did.
I'm not trying to paint this guy in a bad light right away, but I really do feel mentally he has this mindset of, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the Bears and kill it. They traded a guy that was actually performing and had experience.
They wanted me.
Yeah, because they wanted me. And all these people, not to mention the money he's made from NIL. You know what I mean? So,
or maybe he is that good. I think he releases the ball though.
There's a lot of good quarterbacks. There's a lot of good quarterbacks. You know, it's a different league. There's a lot of good QBs in college, right? But
interesting. So yeah, maybe John Elway is a good example of that. Joe Burrow, maybe.
But again, when you look at the history of the NFL,
a lot of phenomenal quarterbacks coming out of college.
I don't think you should look at the 1 or 2 or 3 possible, like, oh well, he did it. Well, that's 1 out of how many, or 2 out of how many. So.
All right, so I got some other sports stories here. You want to talk about baseball? You want to talk about yesterday's game with Caitlin Clark again?
Well, it's 7:44. Why don't we touch on, because we didn't even touch on the men's final tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The men's final tonight, right?
Men's final tonight. So yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know who's playing. I'll be honest. I've lost all interest in it. I think a lot of people did. I think the bracket got so obliterated this year.
UConn and Purdue, right?
Is that what it is?
I watched
two number ones.
Yeah. So I watched the games. What was it on Friday night? Purdue beating North Carolina State 63-50. UConn beating Alabama 86-72. You know what's wild? In my auto picks and my brackets, I have one with UConn and one with Purdue winning it. Pretty wild, but those are auto picks. So I think ESPN kind of assumed that these two teams are going to be in it in the end.
2 number 1 teams, which is kind of boring if you ask me. It's like,
how much money do you owe me in betting? Let's bet.
I don't owe you anything. You owe me.
Damn it! I was trying to do a mind trick there.
Yeah. Hey, relax, Chris Angel. All right, mind freak. I got it. Mind freak. I mean, do we want to bet on this? Who do you want to take? I'll take whoever you don't take.
I'm going to go with the Boilermakers on this one, man. Let's go with Purdue.
I'm going to go with UConn Cornelius. That's what I'm a UConn Cornelius. That's what it is.
Gold. All right, UConn. So UConn definitely scored more points. They had 86. Purdue had 63 the other night.
So, all right.
I think you might have a good pick here. But Purdue is good, man. Purdue is playing really well.
Purdue is always a good basketball team. So they have a good program there. So.
Do you know when that? Oh, 9. Come on. The game will be at 9:20 tonight.
Well, of course it is. I'm not going to watch it because it's too late. I'll be in bed. I'll be an hour into
9:20.
I will be out like a light.
That pisses me off. That pisses me off. 9:20.
You know who's got it? Who's got it real good? People on the West Coast. They get to watch that game at
in the middle.
5 in the afternoon.
Let's have it at 8:30 or 8:15.
Yeah.
Shave an hour off. 9:20. This is ignorant. Who's making these decisions?
People on the
get
West
slapped.
Coast. People on the West Coast. I'm convinced of it. It's people on the West Coast that are like, oh, this is great. Yeah. I watched the full game, was still in bed by 8:00. Bastard.
Nobody pipes up in these meetings. Like, we're going to have it at 9:20. Like, somebody like, hey, man, like my grandma, she lives over there in like Indiana. She really loves Purdue. Can we bump that back? She's old.
F your grandma.
Stay up, Patty. Come on.
F your grandma. That's what I say. Come on.
You know what? Just because you said that, it's going to be at 10:20 now.
Yeah,
10:20.
Yeah. Screw you guys.
God.
Let's have it at 9:16 in the morning. What?
Yeah.
No, that's a terrible time. Anyway.
Are there any establishments open at that point? You can't even go out and watch it. Like, everything's closed.
Nope.
Bunch of morons. Anyway, 9:20 tonight. Purdue, number 1 Purdue playing number 1 UConn in the men's final.
And Hunter and I are betting $1 million on it. $1 million.
Yes. You better win something quick, because Purdue's gonna take this one.
You're talking trash. You don't even know. Like, yeah, you're done. Why don't we touch on this then, real quick? Now that we got the men's, obviously the big news on the women's side, Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes fell to the undefeated South Carolina.
Undefeated. Crazy game yesterday. It was a midday game, probably around 3:00 or so it started. And I said last hour, man, from tip off to the very last second of the game, it was full speed.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that women don't get tired. They really don't. It's flying around that court yesterday, man. Good basketball being played yesterday. And
again, I think the women being it's more fundamental. It's more it's
cardio. It's incredible.
Yeah, right. Because again, it's smaller. They're more agile, I would say.
Caitlin had a shot yesterday. It was like, you know, that one highlight of Michael Jordan where he goes between the legs, step back and shoots it, nothing but net. She did that exact move yesterday. And it was from the 3-point line. Under the leg, step back, and it was almost fading away. It was like an NBA 3, too. Boom, nothing but net. I'm just like, that looked like an NBA player shooting that. It was incredible.
He does have a good
fun
shot
to watch, man.
Yeah, it's I know this will sound sexist, but it doesn't feel like you're watching a woman's basketball.
I mean, that's a compliment, man.
Yep.
I mean, and you know what? Among a lot of the women on the court yesterday, there's a lot of great basketball players on that court, man.
Yep.
So hats off to both teams, and especially South Carolina taking it to them undefeated. That's something. That's impressive.
Impressive full season all the way through. So, all right. Well, we got
to. You'll see Caitlin Clark in college. She's
not
going
smart.
to WNBA.
That's a conversation for another day. All right. Sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
We'll be back. All right.
Right back.
Good morning, Harold. Super Trucker Troy, good morning. Sun is shining, looks good. That's what I'm saying, Ricky. Everyone's all excited about seeing the eclipse, and Hunter comes out of the woods, doesn't even know it. Oh, did it happen? Damn it. Eric, I'm sorry I missed this, but this is a good point, man, and it just bothers me. Fields came to a rebuilding Bears. As soon as they rebuilt, then they get rid of them. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't. All right, here we go.
Oy. What's the topic?
Huh?
What's the topic?
Other than the sun, what should you stare at for long?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning. 7:51, Brock Hunter. Everybody.
He's doing the robot.
What kind of?
Hey, there's these two dancers that keep showing up on my YouTube shorts, and this girl who does the robot dance.
No,
I'm convinced she's not real. She even has like the facial expressions of the like. It's wild.
It's the guy and girl that do like the stop, like it's crazy what they do.
Yes, it's a guy and a girl. Yeah, and they always have like real tall platform shoes, and the way they walk.
Yeah.
And this chick, she does like like the wave all the time. Yeah. And just the dead look in her face, like the dead eyes.
Yeah, like my ex-wife. I know.
Yeah. Like there's no life in the. I'm
Just
convinced that she's a robot. It's wild.
Maybe she is. Maybe she is. We don't know what they're working on there behind government doors.
I think it's the way she does her makeup too. Like it's just, she looks like a doll.
Why don't you do the robot real quick? Let's see how.
I can't.
We did that once before, and it was awful. We did a robot off, a pop and lock off, and it was embarrassing for both of us. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, folks, hey, it's time to get to your topic of the day, which is not Hunter and I doing the robot dance.
No.
Much like the solar eclipse, what's something you shouldn't stare at for too long, especially without protection?
Well, I think we all know the obvious answer. We should probably get that right out of the way. You can't just sit there and stare at her boobs, Brock. All right. Eventually, you're going to get slapped.
If I have the right kind of glasses on, I can.
Either by her or by your wife, because your wife is right.
Or her huge muscular boyfriend, one of the two, one of the three.
Right.
Yeah, obviously, boobs, ass, at the beach. It's, keep the sunglasses on, but just quick looks. That's it. Don't just.
I don't have a problem if she, check somebody out. It doesn't bother me. I mean, that's just it's human nature, right? Just don't stare.
Yeah. But yeah, Kiki's done the dong gazing before. I get it. It happens, man.
You ever checked anybody out and you look up and they're staring at you?
Not in a while. You know what? I
or
do
somebody
know
else messes
You know what's terrible, and I wouldn't say I do this all the time, but I think we're all guilty of it. It's like you're out at a restaurant, you just kind of like zone out for a minute, but then you don't realize that there's like someone right there. It looks like you're looking right at them, and then you're kind of like, oh.
Then you come to and you think, oh, sorry.
Honestly, at that point, I'm just like, I'm sorry, I zoned out. I swear to God, I wasn't there. Yeah. Cleavage, boobs was a Robert, Michael, and Brandon.
If they're sticking out, if you get up and you dress yourself that way and you get mad at me for just glancing, come on,
I want to see it. And we're not shaming you for what you're wearing, but I'm gonna take a peek. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna crack your neck.
Right. Your neck didn't pop. What are you doing?
Your wife knows. Your wife knows exactly what you're doing right there.
All the wives know. Come on.
Anything else other than the obvious, the boobs and ass that you shouldn't be caught staring at or stare at for too long?
Probably shouldn't be.
I mean, on a more serious note, your phone, not good to stare at that thing for too long.
Great answer.
Good answer.
That's actually probably the best answer for this generation in today's world. Unbelievable how long we spend time out staring at this. Wow. Good answer.
I know, because it's funny, and I think you and I were talking about this off air one day, and I can't remember how it got, but Gen Z, there's this new movement. A lot of Gen Zers, and when I say a lot, it's a small percentage, but they're getting flip phones because they're trying to unconnect. And I mean, hey, good for you. What sucks though is we've gotten to a point with this amazing technology, we don't know how to handle it, so we're going back. Even though, I mean, this is awesome. I got my GPS, I got my music, I got photos on here.
Right there.
We can't control it, and so now we're like, well, we should go back to house phones. It's
just too much of anything is bad, and this has a lot of dopamine in it. There's a lot of stuff in there that I like, that I enjoy, that I love scrolling through, that I like using, that's convenient, that makes things more efficient. But damn, put it down. I've been thinking about it a lot recently. Like I'll leave this in the car now. Go out like to dinner or like. You don't need it otherwise. If you can't sit there laying in bed sometimes,
that's what I always feel bad.
And I look over and she's doing the same thing, and I just look. I'm like, let's put these away.
But I mean, other than
for a second,
but see, that's weird because I don't feel as terrible about that, because back in the day, grandma and grandpa would just read a book and then they'd roll over and go to sleep.
True.
You know what I mean?
It's very true.
Like if I do what I have done like this in the mornings now on my 30-minute toilet breaks in front of the heater, I'll do a crossword puzzle first on my phone, just because I'm like, all right, let me work my brain a little bit other than.
See, but that's different. You're working your brain. You're not scrolling through gym pics. People uploading their.
Well, that's afterwards. That's the next thing I do.
All right. There's a lot of idiocracy in these things too. Be careful.
So I would say that answer. We got some other answers here on Facebook. Something that, much like the solar eclipse, you shouldn't stare at for too long. I like Tyler's answer. He said the news. Mainstream media was another one.
Great answer.
Great answer.
You know what's wild? My dad was like, loved Bill O'Reilly, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'd go over there. Sure enough, you'd be sitting there on the lazy boy watching Bill O'Reilly. And there was one day, I'm serious, and I'm like, I don't really like talk to my dad with like politics at all. But there was one day I'm like, Dad, I'm in radio and I kind of understand media. I'm like, I don't think you should be watching that. I think you should think about that for a second. You know what? He doesn't. Not anymore. Doesn't watch any of it. None of the Hannity and Combs or whatever. It's just trash. It's all gossip.
Yeah.
The news is a good answer for this.
For sure, especially where it's what it's become. It used to be a viable place for information, but then I honestly blame the 24-hour news cycle. Ever since that came in, we don't need news. It should have been like back in the day, a half hour to an hour. You had Tom Brokaw. You get the main stuff out there.
So negative. You're talking like this. Everything is down. Today's world.
We're all screwed. And
I know there are a lot of bad things, but there are also some good things going on. You talk about that for a little bit.
They usually end with something happy, like a puppy doing magic tricks at the end of it as their fluff piece to help everyone forget about the doom and gloom they just told us.
45 minutes of death.
The last 55 minutes of the it's a puppy riding a unicycle. It's great. I forgot about the war overseas and inflation and the housing market crash and all that good stuff.
Down around some people and somebody, hey, did you see Bill O'Reilly? I can't get over fast enough. I can't get away fast enough. I gotta go to the bathroom. You know, I don't. I really don't.
Nope.
But I'm not going to participate in this. There's many other things I'd rather be doing.
Yep. We got some more answers. Jeffrey said, "What's happening in the urinal next to you?" Good answer. Eyes up. Just count the tiles, buddy. Count the tiles. Rob said your sister-in-law. That's true. That's a good way to get in trouble at Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that's a good way to get in trouble.
Yeah, what? Rob, be careful, man.
I know. I'm surprised he said that. I hope he doesn't have a good-looking sister-in-law if his wife sees that.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that comment she left on the Plan B Morning Show? Nothing. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Thanksgiving this year.
Nina said car accidents. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. You don't need to gooseneck. God, I hate gooseneckers, man.
Oh, when you're driving by.
Yeah, when you're driving by. Yeah. That's a good way to get into a car accident. Well, you know what kills me is like all of a sudden you hit traffic. You're like, what is going on? And then finally you get up to the accident. You're like, oh, because everyone's looking at that
trying to check it out, see what's going on.
Side of the median. Oh, dude, that drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
Gooseneckers, yeah.
Let's see. The news, boobs and the news were the two big ones. Deborah said the news. Tricia said the news. Krista said the people of Walmart. Now that's fun to stare at. That's good to stare at. Yeah.
I was in there the other day, man. There was a few. I'm like, wow, this is a thing. Like it really is
wild.
The thing.
What a great place. What a great
place. Walmart is like. First, I thought it was like a joke. Like, oh, that's funny. No. But I'm like, damn,
it's a real thing. Let's see. Robert said my paycheck. Hey, there you go. That's a good thing. Yeah. Actually, don't stare at the taxes and all the stuff they take out. It'll
don't stare at that too long.
Send you into just a rage. I
originally had this, and then now I end up with this because damn.
Yeah.
A lot of money taken away from that.
Yeah. Don't look at what you got paid and then what actually was deposited. It's very upsetting.
Don't make that much for you to take that much. Come on.
How's this even? The math is not right, guys. The math is
already getting robbed.
Yeah. John said Brock's little baby legs. How dare you? How dare you?
Kicking around.
You give me a complex on it, right? Don't stare at my legs. Don't stare at my legs. How about Hunter's weird Neapolitan ice cream tan?
Yeah, my ice cream tan.
Don't stare at Hunter's ass too long. You'll go blind.
You will. I'll be like the eclipse. Actually, keep those glasses on if you want to check me out.
You know what you need to do today?
It's a white
At some point, please, just like do a video and it's your ass, and then like have your wife put a piece of paper over it, like block the light. Just I don't know why that'd be so funny to me. Just this big bright ass, and then we'll do our own little eclipse. It'd be hilarious.
Poke a hole in the paper.
Right there.
We get it.
Oh God. Behind Guy Fontenot. Anyway. All right. We're gonna take a break. We got more coming up. It's the Plan B Morning Show. Stick around. We didn't get to it, but you want to do it tomorrow? My invention, I got it on here right here. So.
Oh yeah, let's save it for tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow.
We'll talk extensively about it. There's a tease right there.
There's a tease. All right. If you saw it, it's an amazing invention. Andrew.
It really, you know what? I stand here to make fun of you every single day about things, but I got nothing on this one. I gotta
be honest though, Hunter. It's not my idea. It's not my idea. I built my. Believe me, I want so. I mean, if you want to talk about it now, that's what I was saying because it's not. I'll give credit where credit is due. There's a company that makes it, but it's like $160, and I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $160. So all I did was I got a heavy duty padded suspender, tool belt suspender from Harbor Freight, couple U-bolts, piece of 2x4, and then I did a dog leash, like a $1.50 dog leash for Riley's belt that clips onto the back. There's a little spot where it can clip onto. $25 to make that thing. Son. And
hey, here's a question though.
Yeah.
So what if Kiki's not around? How can you unclip Riley?
So it'd be hard. What I'll need to do if that's the case is I'll need to set up something where it like can clip to the front.
Can you pull it to the front like a bow and arrow, like an arrow? Come here, kid.
So it's just a little like double eye bolt thing that latches on. What I could do is get like a longer like lanyard that could clip to the front.
Oh, there you go.
Because that's honestly what I thought about. Because if it's ever just her and I, because she can crawl up, it's super easy. I just kneel down and she crawls up and then grabs on.
Oh, nice.
But so here's my thing: is what are the rules on me selling my own discounted one? Right? Could I do that? As long as I don't know how it goes.
I mean, there's patents. I mean, you got to make it different.
I mean, it is. It's so here's where I'm at. Like with the Bauer, with the shoulder straps, like I can't resell that, can I?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the rules on that. I don't know, like, how are you selling it? You know,
I told Chris,
are you taking it to the craft show, or are you trying to put it on the wall?
Craft show, the mom to mom sale coming up. I bet you I can make a killing on that thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, what are the rules? That's what it is. What are the rules on a patent? And is there like a likeness rule where it's like it's too similar?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that happens all the time, you know?
Like, where's the line there? Well, I'll just tell you this. The more money you make on it, the more people are going to come after you.
Exactly. I just need to do all like craft fairs and stuff like that until someone notices.
Wait a second.
Well, I already made my money, so I'm out of here. Anyway. All right, we got to go. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Solar Monday. Again, don't look directly into it unless you have the proper glasses. I want to be very clear on that, okay? And welding helmets don't count. They don't count.
Welding helmets don't count.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Take care.